In Matthew chapter 8, verses 23 to 27, Jesus commands the winds and the waves to be calm. Then he got into the boat, and his disciples followed him. Suddenly a furious storm came up on the lake, so that the waves swept over the boat. But Jesus was sleeping. The disciples went and woke him, saying, "Lord, save us, we're going to drown." He replied, "You of little faith, why are you so afraid?" Then he got up and rebuked the winds and the waves, and it was completely calm. The men were amazed and asked, "What kind of man is this? Even the winds and the waves obey him." Jesus was very tired. He was sound asleep soon after boarding the boat. Even a sudden storm did not wake him from his rest. The storm was severe. The waves were large enough to crash into the boat. The disciples were scared that they would drown. They were probably bracing themselves, terrified that the boat would sink, but also not wanting to bother Jesus. But the fear of death forced them to wake Jesus up. Jesus was exhausted and was just woken up from a deep nap. Here is a paraphrase of what Jesus said. "Are you afraid this boat is going to sink? Really?" Would the boat have sunk if Jesus kept on sleeping? Probably not. The disciples had been with Jesus only a little while. They had baby faith, little faith. Jesus woke up and commanded the winds and the waves to be calm. The storm was no more. The lake was perfectly still. Wow. The disciples were amazed. They started to realize that Jesus was no ordinary man. Jesus had control over the winds and the waves. This was news to the disciples. The truth is, Jesus has control over the entire universe, over everything. When our lives seem to be like an angry storm, trying to sink the boat we're on, trust that God is with us. God will not let our boat sink. God will calm the winds and the waves. Our God has control over all things. Our God cares for us. Trust that God will keep us from drowning.